if I can bring this up here. Give me YouTube. Tablet's a little slow today. And let me have the load data sheet for me. Alright, I think I'm finally up here. Hey everybody, welcome aboard. Captain Mike here. I'm back in X-Plane and we're going to try and do a run I tried to do about 2 weeks ago, trying to get out of Boston and head on into Buffalo. This is a JetBlue flight, Flight 715, although they don't run Boeing 737s. We're going to do that in the latest Zibo-Mod, which I just put in, which is 404.23. So that's all pretty much up to date. Aircraft's cold and dark. I just got in here with all the paperwork. I hope all those 2D screens on the back are going to work for you. This really is my first full flight after putting everything back together again. I still have to work on MS 2020. I have no idea what happened to FSU IPC. All my settings they're still there in the config file. They just don't show up and they don't work. As well as device interface manager. I may have to put in all my buttons and dials and annunciators lights in again on every single button and switch in here, which is going to take a while. But I may do some flying before I go back and do that. So, because even my backups don't work, which is very strange. I don't get that at all. Let's see. Oh, hey, 747 and Rogan Zone. Both of you snuck in here. I didn't see you. Denver to Boise. Yeah, nice. And then Boise to Seattle. Yeah, Seattle, Washington is nice. I'm doing pretty good, Rogan Zone. Yeah, we've been stuck in Boston for quite some time. You're not kidding. Let's see if we can get out of here today. I think maybe the 5th time is going to be the charm. For those of you that weren't following around, I had issues with stuff. Just would not allow me to get out of Boston at all. So, let me get some light in here. Alright, how about we get going? DC battery selected to bat. DC battery switch is on guarded. Standby power is auto guarded. Alternate flaps are off guarded. Our fuel pump switches are off. Wipers are set to park. Hydraulic pumps, electric 2 and 1 are off. Landing gears down. We've got 3 green and 3 green on the aft overhead. Just fix that. And let's set our weather radar to test. Master caution reset. Let's do a fault in-op test. And overheat fire. Alright, I'm going to need the electronic flight bag, so I will be right back. I got to open that up on the tablet so I lose the YouTube channel here for a bit. I have to bring up Air Manager so I can get to the electronic flight bag of the Zibo-Mod. Oh, look at that. I got to update that. Thought I did. Ground services, you, and what are we up and running here? We should not be up and running. Shut that down. I was doing testing last night. That's why the setup inside the X-Plane is off. Everything in here should have been good. Well, they should have been down as well, but alright, so we should be good now with ground services. Let me come back to YouTube here. Oh, you got a new flight sim set up? Nice. Yeah, that sounds nice. You do any rides in it yet, or is this your first ride? Hey Alex, how's it going? Yeah, nice to see you guys popping back in here. Quite a few regulars that are in here on a daily basis. Pretty cool, man. Alright, so while they're shutting down, let's continue. Alright, ground power is available. Let's Connect and confirm with the AC selector. Let's get set for unconditioned air. And galley power is on. Let's align our IRS. Emergency exit lights are armed, and we'll just cycle that trim air switch. And let's enter. Oh, you know what? Let me give you the CDU here. So you're looking at the same thing I am. And we are at Boston, KBOS. And here's what the IRS is picking up. And if we take a look, 4222 and 07100. It's pretty close to what's in the database for Boston Airport, so we don't have an issue there. All right, so the flaps are up, showing up and up on the aft overhead. And let's give them the position and the logo lights. Some brake pressure in here. All right, that takes care of the originator flight, and we're going to move on to the pre-flight. Oh, you got a black box on your display. Oh, I've never seen that before. Third-party program coming from somewhere? If you remove your third-party programs, maybe it's coming from one of those. See if you can isolate it. That might be a way to try, if it's coming from an add-on. All right. Flight controls. Leading edge devices test. Our service at the phone is off. Reverses are extinguished. EEC switches are on. Guided crew oxygen is about 13,000. Passenger oxygen is normal. Guided flight recorder test. And Mach speed test 1 and 2. It's going to be too early for stall warning. We'll come back to that. 3 green on the landing gear. PSEU is out. Let's check our oxygen flow. Get my fat finger in there. And let's do a lights test. This is going to be my first complete flight since setting up the new controller board in there for my flight control surfaces that went bad a couple of weeks ago. Got to thank Pete from Flightdeck Solutions, man. He shipped that out ASAP. I had that puppy in less than like 4 days from Canada. Pretty cool. Alright, our lights are good. Alright, flight controls A and B are on guarded, alternate flaps are off guarded, spoilers A and B are on guarded, your dampers on, VHF nav is normal, IRS is normal, FMC is normal, source selector is auto, control panel is normal, our fuel temperature is just about 10, that's looking pretty good, our crossfeed check, fuel pumps are off. Crossfeed's good. AC/DC panel is set. Equipment, cooling, supply, and exhaust is normal. Emergency exit lights are on. No smoke and seatbelt signs on. Let's put our window heat on. And we'll run the overheat test. TAT test. Wing and engine anti-ice are off. Electric hydraulic pumps 2 and 1 are off. We have 3 entranceways open. Test on the flight data recorder. Our pressurization panel's all zeroed out, which is a good thing, being that we're at the gate with the door open. Our fuel temperature, our regular temperature back there is nice and comfortable. Let's reset the master caution and overheat test. Master AC and wing body, very good. We are set for unconditioned air, and today's ride is 32,000. Okay, and let's check our outflow valve. Mike, Oscar, Tango, Lima, Yankee, direct Delta. Alright, our lights are good, and we're going to use the right igniter for this ride. Alright, we'll do ATIS clearance and then program the flight management computer now. So, let's get ATIS in here. ATIS is 135 flat, so 135. Let's see if SayIntentions is working. I just put the latest in today.
4,000 feet. Broken at 20,000.
Oh, I gotta kick that volume up a little bit.
2.2. Altimeter 2969er.
What do we have here?
500 feet. Arriving and departing runway.
0 at 8, visibility is 10, fuel at 95, scattered at 14, broken at 20, temperature's 8, it's looking good, dew points 2, altimeter is 2969, 29, oh, I got it set here, because I have a pot in here, that's bad, so I have the whole thing set up on the first officer's side. Alright, and let's see, that's set. And what do we have on the way out? They gave us 22 right on the way out. Yeah, okay, good. Okay, and we have Quebec. Alright, let's tune in clearance. Clearance is 121.65, which is in the standby already. Boston clearance, good evening, JetBlue 715. Looking for IFR clearance as filed to Buffalo with Quebec.
Give me 1 second for that clearance.
In the meantime, let me have a progress page there. And I will take you here. And let me make sure that you're going to get the flight control surfaces on your display.
JetBlue 715, Boston clearance, cleared to Buffalo Niagara via the Highland 7 departure. Then is filed. Climb and maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 32010 minutes after departure. Departure on 118.25 squawk 2474. Expect runway 22 right.
JetBlue 715, we cleared to Buffalo via the Highland 7 departure, then is filed. Climb and maintain 5,000, expect flight level 320, 10 minutes after departure. Departure on 118.25, squawk 2474, and we can expect runway 22 right on the way out, JetBlue 750. Alright, that is all set, 118.25, let's get that in there. Alright, 8 is clearance. Let's program the flight management computer. Now you should have all the 2D screens that you're going to need there. Right, so let's go. Alright, so we're out of Boston and we're going to Buffalo, KBUF. And this is going to be a JetBlue flight, right? JBU. 0715. Alright, and we've got 22 right. And we don't have a company route, we'll put it in. And we have the Highland 7 on the way out, 22 right on the way in. Into Buffalo, we're going to do 23 on the way in. And let's do... let's do, see, coming from Trava. Now let's have a look at that. Let me give you, here's our route, as you can see, 22 right into Highland. And then we have direct over Rochester into Hyman. And then direct into Buffalo. And we're going to pick up the RNAV-RNP into 23 into Buffalo. So now that that's in, let me give you the charts again here. And let me have the same thing here. Alright, Buffalo. Let's take a look on the way out. We have the Highland 7. Now, as you can see here, 22 right, climb a heading of 215. So we'll put 215 in there. And we're cleared up to 5 already. Right, intercept course 142, cross TJ, at or above 12, and 210, and then if we can follow it along the chart right here. So we have our interception point, and then we're at TJ. You can see we need to be below 210 knots above 1200. From there, we're into both. Here's Boat into task.
637, clear visual approach runway 27 right, maintain 170 to firm up well.
Oh, see, they got us going. Let me put that in there. Let's see, maybe that's not in the, let's see, maybe it's not in the database. TASKT. Right after TJ. Oh, it is in there. I'm surprised it didn't put it in.
787 heavy contact tower 1.5.
TJ test both we need to be 250 and above 4,000. That's good. Then we're into here, into Marb, into Shan, and then we're into Highland, and then it takes care of the SID on the way out. And if we come back to the load data sheet here, because I'm not sure if we get picked up at Trava right after Highland. I don't think so, though. Let me give you the load data sheet again, and let me have the same thing here. Now let's take a look at the ride. So TJ, they got us going direct to boat, but we'll leave task in there. Right, so TJ, boat here, Marb, Highland, and then we're going to Syracuse. That's SYR, is it? R. And that's going to be 4309. That's the one we want. Rochester. Right. And then Rochester, we're into Hyman.
1850, American 658.
Right, MAN. And then we're on our way into Buffalo. We're going to pick up Trava right after that, and we're going to go take a look at the charts. So let's take a look on the back end now. Let me give you Navigraph, and let me have the same thing here. On the back end, we don't have Buffalo. We don't have a star. They don't have any stars into Buffalo. But we're going to use the approach coming to runway 23. We're going to use the RNAV-RNPZ. And you see we're going to get picked up right here at Trava. And if I give you this view here, let's zoom on over. You can see just before Trava here, on the chart, if we come up north here, you're going to see that Hyman is up in here, north of us. So we'll do a search for E. What is it? E. And EHMAN. Oh, I can't do that from here. I can't show you that. I don't have a keyboard, being that I'm in the flight deck. I thought I'd be able to show you that. Anyway, we're going to be coming basically from the north. Whoa. What was that all about? Oh, just cut my frames in half. Only time it seems to cut my frames in half is when I'm running SayIntentions. SayIntentions just blacked out and came back, and now my frames are cut in half. So now I got to double my frame rate just to get back to where I was. I'm lucky that I'm able to do this, or else this front screen would be a stuttering mess for the entire ride, which would mean I would not be able to use SayIntentions. And that's the only program that seems to cause this. If I don't run SayIntentions, this never happens. And it only happens on the server computer. The two side computers are locked right where they were.
Traffic in, we've got traffic on TCAT. I'm going to square the base to final, cleared for the visual, 27 right, American 2899.
Hey, still don't have it right now. It's giving me additional frames. Well, hopefully we don't get any stutter, or the camera doesn't pick up a stutter in the front, because the way the frames are set up with that to match the those two, that doesn't match the center. So we'll see what's going to happen there. All right, anyway, that should all be put in here. We're going to go back into the load data sheet. And I'm going to take the same thing. Now what I want to do is I want to run through this whole ride from the beginning, make sure we don't have any discons in here, no crazy routes, well away from the norm. And we'll be able to see from here, see EHAM, and then we're coming into Trava, and then that takes us on the way in, so into 23. And then we have the mist. Hold a hold, if we do miss. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Let me give you our load for this ride.
KBOS 2970, head departure radar contact, fund to maintain 10,000, 10,000. Fund to maintain 10,000, KBOS 2970 head.
You write this down. Oh, actually, I don't have to. You lose the screen. I don't lose the screen now. Alright, so our payload this ride is 30.6, the zero fuel weight is 125.6, and the fuel is going to be 16.3. Now I'm going to lose the YouTube here for just a bit as I go into the electronic flight bag. I'll be right back, so I'm not going to see any text there until I get back. And let's go to weight, fuel, and balance. We're going to go into payload. And this ride, I said the fuel is 16.3. Our payload this ride is going to be 30.6. Oh, I guess what I should do, instead of giving you a load data sheet, let me give you this. There you go. How about that? I'll give you that instead. So basically what I did was I went into weight, fuel, and balance, went into payload. I put our fuel in of 16.3, and we'll put it in again, 16.3. Go into our payload, and the payload I said was 30.6, and that should give us a zero fuel weight of 125.6. So our CG is 21.9. And that don't look right at all. What's up with that? Let me take a look at this load data sheet here, show that to you. Fuel is 16.3. Yeah. Oh, 306 pounds I put in, no wonder. 30.6. 30.6. That's better. Wow. So we're looking for 125.6. Alright, 125.643. You see we're off by 43 pounds. Let's go fix that. I'm going to come into, where's the galleys here?
For Yankee Lima, your radar contact 6 miles north of New Hope, VOR 3,500. Information uniforms current at Bowman Field, runway 24 in use. Have uniform 24 in use, sir.
Oh. Alright, and let's go have a look now. 125.6, so we're right on the head now. Basically, I took a few pounds out of the forward and aft galley to kind of balance it out. So now we got an even match, and we got a CG of 26.4 and 125.6. So that's all looking pretty good. Let me have a look. Let me give you the load data sheet now. Oh, you do have it. And I'll need that as well.
950, only 17 left, to maintain 6,000, sheet racer.
Okay. So, our zero fuel weight was 125.6. Right, our final reserve is 54.57, so it's going to be 5.5. Cost index this ride is 35. And we got a flight level of 320. Alright, let's get our cruise winds. We're going to go to top of climb.
Hello, American 1162 out of 73 out of 76,000.
Here's our top of climb.
250,
230 at 107.
Send maintain 3,350 heading American 1162.
And we are looking at 0. Okay. And we're not going to derate the engines. We said the CG was 26.4. This is going to be a flaps 5 takeoff. Trim is going to be 450. Close enough. There's no slope on this runway, but the runway winds, I believe, with 210 at 3, if I remember correctly. 210 at 3. Okay, and we've got an engine out at about 46. Alright, so that's all looking pretty good. Let's get our descent forecast in here. We're at 320, so we'll put in 20,000, 15,000, and 10,000. And since we're down here already, we're looking at 2969 on the pressure at Buffalo. Now let's take a look at our top of descent. And top of descent, we're looking at 6. So we're looking at 6. And we are looking at 2969. Oops.
American 423, descend to maintain 3,000, turn 20 degrees left.
All right. Now, let's go to...
Southwest
wrong way.
4072, descend to maintain 4,000. 4,000.
So at 20,000 on a descent, we've got 270 at 39.
1162, fly heading 300 on the localizer 27 right.
300 heading.
15,000, 274 at 33.
American 423.
10,000, 275 at 31.
At 3,000, flow to 170 knots, start 423.
All right, we're going to come back to the leg page, go into the route data. I'm just going to request the cruise winds, but you can put them in. You can see here we have climb, top of climb, Syracuse, and top of descent. You can, at 320, we could put in 240 at 62 if we wanted to, but now we're going to load that up.
Heading 080, Scott, 4028.
And all that other stuff is already done, and there's our winds. So that's looking good. Let's have one more quick peek, make sure I didn't screw nothing up. And I think we're good to go. Yep, and then a hold. So that looks good. Alright, now you're not going to need the load data sheet anymore. You're not going to need the CDU anymore. And you're not going to need the electronic flight bag. Alright, so you should be good there. Let me have charts now. Let's come back to Boston. And what did I say? We had... let's take a look here. Now this I put in for me because I'm in here by myself. So if I've got engine out, we hit some birds or something happens and I got to come back to this airport, this is already done for me. A few less things that got to be done. So we got a heading of 149, 149, and 110.7.
270, 300 to join, clear for the ILS 27.
110.7. So you're good, you're good, you're good. We've got ground tower is going to be 128.8.
American 423, turn left heading 360.
Left turn 360, American 423.
And we have departure is going to be 133 flat.
American 1162, tower 1825.
And center 127.975.
Skywest 4072, turn 20 degrees right and start slowing to 170 knots.
Alright, so the pedestal is good. I'll take terrain, position, data, airport, station. I'm on the master, you're on the slave. You can have weather, station, airport, data, and position. And VNAV, LNAV. So 146, 215 on the heading, we're cleared up to 5. So that's all looking pretty good. Nose wheel steering is normal guarded, the clock is fine. And let's check our panels. And the lower panels you're not going to see because I have SayIntentions down there, but they would pop up. Auto flight test 1 and 2. Alright, artificial horizon is level. Ground speed is 0, 45 on the speed tape. V1 is 134, 146. V2, we have a heading of 215, decision height of 200. 69, 2969 on the pressure. Cross check, that's looking pretty good. And we're cleared up to 5. I've got terrain on the nav display. Let's get the standby gauge set up here. 2969. 69, that's 10:05. Reset the fuel flow. N1 is set. Auto speed references. Auto brake is set for rejected takeoff. That's all looking pretty good. That's all looking pretty good. Let's just run amok. And we're coming back to 450. Close enough. Alright, that's all looking pretty good. Check the bottles. And we got a clean board. Cargo. And let's run that test.
Adjust vertical speed.
That test should be done. And let's test that. And that's all looking good. Let's get our doors buttoned up, get ready to get on out of here. No fuel in the center tank.
Descend, crossing, descend. Descend, crossing, descend. Descend, descend now. Descend, descend.
All right, now ground services. Let's see. Doors. Get those doors buttoned up.
Increase descent. Maintain vertical speed. Maintain vertical speed. Crossing.
Hey, Memphis, how's it going? You snuck in here when I wasn't looking.
Test. Pass.
All right, that's looking pretty good. Let's do the long test now.
Wind shear. Wind shear. Wind shear.
So we're almost ready to get on out of here. We should do this ride in about an hour and 15 minutes. I don't need that chart anymore. Let me give you that.
Don't sink. Too low. Terrain. Too low. Gear. Too low.
There we go.
Too low. Terrain.
And we got 22 right on the way out.
Bank angle. Bank angle. Approaching minimums. Minimums.
Our APU is up. Let's confirm with the AC selector. Give it a minute and then we'll switch over to APU bleed air.
100. 10.
Christmassy with all the lights. Alright, let's say that's been a minute. Alright, let's get set up for APU. Alright, I'm going to lose the YouTube channel here for a second while I get back into the electronic flight bag. Let's get disconnected from the gate. We'll call for push as well. Remove you. How's our brake pressure? Brake pressure is good. ASU, remove the chocks and the doors are good. Let's call for push.
Right turn, 180 down to 3,000.
I'm not hearing any audio. I hope they're on the way. If not, we'll back out on our own power. Oh no, it looks like there's a truck coming. I'm not sure what happened to my audio. I'm going to have to take a look at that. That was one thing I didn't check. Was pushback, better pushback. But they look like they're coming to get us though. I just won't, well, I'm going to have to keep an eye. Once we get raised up, I'll know that we're good to get out of here. To keep an eye on that. Alright, so I'm not going to need that anymore. I can get the YouTube channel back now. Alright, that all looks pretty good. I think we're good to go.
Quick yard, 4701, but going to maintain 4,000.
4,000 for 4701.
Let me write that down. Check better pushback audio.
Pushing 5106, roger. Yeah, 4701, turn right heading 180, but going to maintain 3,000.
3,000 heading 180, Vicar 4701.
Pushing 5106, going to maintain 4,000.
Alright, we should be good to get on out of here. Boston Ground, good evening, JetBlue 715 at gate 22 Charlie, ready for push and start with Quebec. Yeah, you know what's funny? I went to my dentist today and he asked me about that flight.
Ground on 121.75 for push and start clearing.
Oh, really? Okay. Boston Ground, good evening, JetBlue 715. Ready for push and start with Quebec at gate 22 Charlie.
JetBlue 715, Boston Ground, push and start approved, tail southwest.
All right, so let's get that clock going. Let's see if they're going to push us back now. Let's release that brake. See if we're going to get on out of here. Yeah, I just don't have any audio, it looks like. Alright, packs are off. Anti-collision is on. Pressure's good. Let's start number 2. Yeah, see, I'm getting a little flicker in the front. It's because of the frame. I might not be able to use SayIntentions anymore. That kind of stinks. Can't have a change in my frame rates. Not good. Not good.
Delivery Emirates 43 Charlie Super. Good evening.
Emirates 43 Charlie.
Alright, we're stable here.
Okay, we just want to confirm, give me...
Alright, close, auto. Pressure's good, we're starting number 1.
No, you can expect runway 4 left.
Say again, Emirates 43 Charlie.
You can expect runway 4 left for departure.
I would expect 4 left for departure, Emirates 43 Charlie, thank you.
I'm not going to hold that out. My shoulder's bothering me. Hey, Jackson, how's it going? Yeah, I got the controller board all fixed inside here. So the yoke and the rudder pedals are all working again. So this is actually going to be my first ride since putting it all back together again.
Is that not what you guys want?
It's not really working for us. I think the company was trying to put in the original round.
Alright, give me a second. Let me,
Alright, that's stable.
call me your center then. And see if I can, you know what your original route was? Was it over Robbinsville?
Yeah, drop.
Alright, give me a minute. I'm calling the air center, monitor the frequency.
Alright, that's all looking pretty good. Then we got a clean board.
You back over Robbinsville. I'll send it,
Alright, let me give you the multi-function display.
No worries. Good evening, 2 Quebec off Atlantic City, gang.
Alright, and let's say that they've disconnected, and you know what? I don't need APU anymore either. We are set. You can come off.
5 DME. Then turn right, heading 100.
And don't need you anymore. Yeah, that is off. Okay. You can tell I haven't been in here in a while doing a full flight. You get rusty fast. Alright, well, good there. Alright, give me flaps. Let me have you. You're going to TA, you are going to auto, and you are going to auto. Let's have a quick peek. Before taxi. Alright, that first half is done. Exterior lights as needed. We are good. APU, recall, we got a clean board. Master caution, yep, that's good. Flaps are set for takeoff. Transponders, TA, auto, weather radars, auto, and flight controls are free and clear. Yeah, we're good. Boston Ground, JetBlue 715, gate 22 Charlie, ready for taxi to runway 22 right. Almost forgot the runway we're using. Hopefully we're just coming out here to Alpha November.
JetBlue 715, taxi to runway 22 right via Alpha November.
There you go.
Cross runway 15 right at your discretion.
Contact tower on 128.8 when ready for departure.
Clear to taxi to runway 22 right via Alpha November across 15 right. At our discretion, contact tower 128.8 when ready for departure. JetBlue 715. All right, 128. Let's switch that over right now. See if we have anybody on that frequency. Yeah, you can see the flickers in the front. I wonder if I get them on the sides. Yeah, a little bit on the sides too. Frame rates are good, but they're bouncing all over the place in here. All right, let's go. Later, Boston. Hopefully we can get out of here this ride. And why is my mouse still hanging out there?
Hold short runway 25 right at Juliet.
All right, why you let me go?
Alaska 290, runway 25 right, line up and wait, caution, wait, turbulence will be behind the...
Oh, we're going to start this again? Really? You're not letting me go. Let me take a look at something here.
American 890, hold short, runway 25 right.
Hold short 25 right, American 890.
Yeah, chocks aren't set. And we're completely disconnected from the gate.
Holding in position, caution, wait, turbulence, the heavy jet, runway 25 left, for the land. And I just want to confirm.
Oh, we're moving now. Interesting. I don't know what that was all about.
Alaska 208, contact departure. What's the departure today? Alaska 208.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard
Jetblue 49 Heavy RNAV Piper 12088, traffic on at 3 mile final runway 25 left, Pacific.
RNAV Piper 25 left, here, Alpha 49.
All right, here's Alpha.
American 890, Juliet, cross runway 25 right, contact ground point 75.
And then we got a left coming up here on November. Yeah, you can see the flickers in the front. Hope it doesn't affect the sides. That's going to stink if I have to get rid of SayIntentions. I mean, not because I paid for a year, but can't have it swapping out my frames on me. Can't have that. That's unacceptable. We are good.
Cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Thought I had that set to the attendant call button, so you don't get that until we're ready to get out of here. And we're going to be crossing another one right here. We're just going to keep them on. Man, I didn't think we were going to get out of Boston again. I thought we were going to get stuck here. I tell you, we don't get out of here now. That's it for Boston. I'll never come back here again in the simulator.
Grid 504 Harris, empty Boeing.
Boeing, here, 504.
Peak 322, Kinetic Golf. Do you got it? And cross runway 25 right, and a ground point 75.
All right, let's have you now. Whoa, what are you doing? Where are you going? That wind pushing us. That moved as if the wheel turned. Easy there, Louis.
Alaska 290, connect departure.
And we are on tower now, yes? Yes.
FedEx 3112 Heavy, RNAV Piper, runway 25 left, over takeoff.
Takeoff 25 left, RNAV Piper, FedEx 3112 Heavy.
And with the different hertz, you can see the difference in the lighting. It doesn't look as good on the sides.
FedEx 3112 Heavy, connect departure.
Kind of stinks.
Hawaiian 1 Heavy, wind 2607, RNAV Docker, runway 25 right, over takeoff.
25 right, clear for takeoff, RNAV Docker, Hawaiian 1.
Boston Tower, good evening. JetBlue 715, holding short, runway 22 right, ready for departure. Now let me bring that screen up so I have YouTube back here.
JetBlue 715, Boston Tower, runway 22 right, winds 205 at 11, gusting 14, RNAV-TJ, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, JetBlue 715. All right, let's get out of here. My clock going, give me TARA. Let's have a quick peek. Tender notification is complete. Exterior lights as needed. We are good. Engine start select is to continuous auto throttles armed. Transponders TARA. Parking brake release 40% and we're out of here. Yeah, look at that flicker in the front. And I'm getting like 50 frames and then it drops down to 30 up to 90. Yeah, SayIntentions is going to have to go.
That 1802 caution weight turbulence, runway 25 right on a plane.
Maybe I'll try BATC. See how that's going to work. I told Brian about it, but Brian doesn't think it's on their end. It's the only add-on that I use that actually causes it to happen. If I don't run SayIntentions, it doesn't happen. So they don't think it's on their end, so I don't think it's going to get looked at. Which I think I'm out of luck.
80 knots.
Check, throttle hold. We are stable through 80. Cross check. Later, Boston. We're out of here. Looks like the 5th time is the charm. Gear up. Give me that call out. Take it. I want to see how the autopilot handles this. I'm using the latest and greatest from Zibo-Mod 404.23. So we're going to see just how well the auto flight system performs from 400 down to 1,000 on the back end. Contact departure 118.25 JetBlue 715. Good night. Departure JetBlue 715 with you, climbing through 2300, 5,000, inbound TJ. So we need to be below 210 knots, above 1200, so we're good. Climb and maintain flight level 200, direct Highland, JetBlue 715. Nothing but darkness out there now over the water. Eyes a little bit down there. Maybe you'll have a nice view once we come back and pass over Boston on the left. And we're going at 95. And we're inbound task.
Bring up 4701, contact Tower 118.5 today. North Africa 4701.
All right, so we just have to maintain 250 knots or slower at boat. We're already above 4,000, so that constraint's met. So far looking pretty good from the latest from Zibo-Mod. See if she picks up to 230 knots at task. I'll look if she's starting to climb now. Good. Now hopefully your charts are working back there. Alright, that's looking pretty good. Task, we're going at 90 now. And the fuel, 15.2, right on the money. And we'll have 8 when we get into Boston. 69 miles top of climb, 375 to go. Let's see, did I miss anything here? Climb maintain flight level 260, JetBlue 715.
Heading 300, John 270.
Sometimes it gets difficult to hear your call sign when it's constantly changing. Use the same call sign all the time. It gets drilled into your brain. It's easier to pick up, but now, woohoo, not so much. All right, let me see. All right, I got Boston. I got the bye-bye, Roken. I'm glad you stopped by, brother. 2 weeks. You got that right, man. We're finally out of Boston. I was sleeping at the airport, living on McDonald's. There you go. Not me, man. I had the airline put me up in a hotel. First class.
Dear guests, we have just climbed above our safe altitude.
Me, no, John. I'm on oxygen. I've been on oxygen for years. They probably wouldn't let me near one of these unless I stole it. Which I'm not going to do. Be a black van parked in front of my house going, he has the means. All right, we're above 10. Let's get cleaned up here. Let them run around. And we're climbing up beautifully. Temperature back there is fine. Let's have a quick peek. Autopilot's engaged. 10 notification is complete. Cabin pressurization and temperature. We're going to monitor that. Engine bleeds are on. Pack switches to auto. APU is off. Exterior lights as needed. We are good. Engine start selectors as needed. They're off. The weather's beautiful. Auto brake is off. Landing gear is up and off. Up next is going to be local pressure at 18. And at Hare, we should have 14.5 on the fuel. We're 14.7, 8 when we get in. 63 to top of climb, 368 to go. I think maybe once we make this turn here, we'll let them out of their seats. Climb maintain, flight level 310, JetBlue, 715. Alright, and we're good up to 310. Yeah, climb maintain, flight level 310, JetBlue 715. Guess maybe they didn't hear me. And we're going to 349 now. And the fuel, 14.6, 14.6. Right on the money. 60 miles, top of climb, 364 to go. Yeah, we'll take the weather. Matter of fact, let me give you that chart. Speaking of weather, let me give that to you. CDU, and we can come in here, go into the menu, and we can go into our D-Link, and we can go ahead and get, oh, what do I want? I don't want D-Link. And I want, would you move it around? There we go. I want, where are you? I know why these buttons don't seem to be working here. They were working. Oh, there you go. Must be my fingers or something. All right, and Buffalo's already in. Let's send that and see what we get. And 14.3 at Marb. 14.3. We're right on the money. Once we finish this turn, we'll get them out of their seats. Let's have a peek on the back end. Buffalo, 252. That's 2045 Zulu here on the 25th. And 230 at 12, 8 miles visibility, so we should have a decent view once we get a little lower. Nothing really to worry about there. And we're going to 318. And we'll let them out of their seats now. And you don't need that anymore. And I will take the charts. Climb maintain flight level 320, JetBlue 715. And let's get on. Oh, I keep forgetting. I got him set up for him. I should change that. And then just deal with that one issue. How about you get your flaps up there, Louie? What are you doing? See, you get rusty real fast. I've been out of here 2 weeks. I'm flying up to 18, 19,000 with the flaps up. Open to 5. Yeah, no kid. I'm working on it, Johnny. And you should be VNAV. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Boy, that's a bad slip. Bad slip. All right, so we're inbound Highland. Highland, we should have 13-1. We're at 14 now, and Highland will put us at the end of the SID out of Boston. Some lights down there to see, but not all that bright. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. I even have my pointer is still up here now. It doesn't seem I can't get rid of this pointer. Doesn't want to disappear as well. Now I think next ride I'm going to try without SayIntentions, and we'll see if the if my frame rates drop. I'm pretty sure they're not gonna. I haven't seen it do it once in all this time. So it kind of stinks, and it started happening all of a sudden. That's a shame. I like that program too, but I can't have it messing with my frame rates. Well, the monitors, that is. It's messing with the monitor's refresh rate. I have them locked, and then all of a sudden it just drops them in half. And then I got to double it to get it back to where I was. And then they start fooling around. See, I'm getting 33, 55, 97, 34, 57. The numbers are all over the place, and yet on my left and right screens, they're rock solid. So that I'm not going to be able to do. That kind of stinks. Anybody out there use BATC? How you like it? Let me know. I'll take the weather now, and you can have the terrain. You got anything out there? Yeah, we're looking pretty good weather-wise. So, let's see, what did I miss here? Yeah, next stop, Buffalo. We're finally out of Boston. Hey, Gino, how's it going? Welcome aboard, man. All right, so let's see. Better push back. I got to take a look at that audio, and we're going to try the next run without SayIntentions. Going to Boston Center, 127975, JetBlue 715. Good night. Boston Center, JetBlue 715 with you, climbing through 24,000, flight level 320, inbound Highland.
Good evening.
Tucson, how's it going, Michael? How are you? Oh, I'm glad you enjoy the ride. I do, whenever I get a chance to come in here. And we're going to 292. And 13.3, fuel's right on the money. 7.9 when we get in, another 33 miles top of climb. 3:33 to go. And that's the end of the SID out of Boston. So let's bring that up. Let's zoom in a little bit here. And we're following along. Very good. All right, we're inbound Syracuse. We got a little ways to go. And it looks like I lost my transmissions again. So, let's see if I can get them back here. I had to do a little okey-doke workaround with XATC chatter because SayIntentions sometimes uses non-conventional, well, non-chart frequencies at quite a few airports, which means I don't get background transmissions. So I have to use like VHF2 when one's not working because of an odd frequency. A little weird. Let me zoom out a little bit here. Hopefully those 2D screens are working for you back there. And so far the auto flight system in the Zibo-Mod has been pretty much flawless. Beautiful ride. The only issues are with the pilot in command. Flying around with the flaps out. I'm surprised nobody on the YouTube channel didn't pick that up. I'm surprised I didn't pick it up. Getting old. Well, it was a little dark in here too, but that's no excuse. These are lit up, so I can see these. Yeah, we're getting rocked a little bit here. Just about headwind here. Just off to the left a little bit. 114 knots we're getting whacked with. Bouncing us a little bit. Gets any worse, we'll put them back in their seats. Alright, yeah, you know what? We're getting beat up a little bit here. We are definitely getting rocked a little bit. You should be able to see it on the artificial horizon. We're getting rocked a little bit. I should be able to get a second ride in today. If I do, I'm going to reboot the setup. And then I want to make sure that we're not going to flip on over to cut my frame rates in half without SayIntentions. And matter of fact, I'll double the flight time. This is an hour and 15. I'll do the other one 2.5. It's pretty much at the very edge of what I'd like to do. But if it doesn't flip back to half the frame rates or the refresh rate on that monitor and double the amount of time, then only thing I can see is it's coming from SayIntentions. It can't be any of the plugins. The plugins are running whether I run SayIntentions or not. In X-Plane. So, it kind of stinks. I could always try SayIntentions again when the next NVIDIA drivers come out. You know, maybe that'll change something. I don't know. But it may be because both of these monitors are set up a little differently. And they're both connected to the server computer. But I don't know why they would be messing with my hertz though. So kind of weird. Alright, what are we looking at here? We're at cruise. That's what, 28 minutes since we left the gate at Boston. We entered the runway 18 minutes ago. 22 right. We are looking pretty good here at cruise, comfortable. Temperature's nice and comfortable back there. And let's see, Syracuse, we should have 7.9 on the fuel. We're 12.7 right now. But we've got about 200 miles to go. Well, 187 to go to Syracuse. 300 miles to Buffalo now. 6.4 on the fuel. And I'm going to stretch out. My wife just brought in medication. I got to go take my meds. I'm going to stretch this right foot. It's bothering me a little bit. Oh, look at that. We've got traffic with us. Can you see that? Oh, it just disappeared because I opened my mouth. When I fly MS 2020, for some reason, I don't get traffic unless they're pretty much right on top of us. So, all right, I'm going to go take my medication. I'll be right back.
Southwest 3129, turn right.
American 147, Southwest Center 119.95.
119.95. Center Skywest 4930, climbing through 17.2 for flight level 230, 280 knots.
Skywest 4930, center weather reduced to 270 knots, existing Vegas.
270 knots now for Skywest 4930.
Skywest 4930, Cockpit 125.72.
2572, Skywest 4930.
That's correct.
Take track 175, contact center 128.37. Three heavy, 14,500, climbing 17,000 knots max.
Runway 2.3 heavy, center weather resume normal speed, runway maintain level 230.
Level 230, normal, 243.
Delta 1578, resume normal speed.
Normal speed, Delta 1578.
At 243, clear direct idle.
Clear forward, 243, direct idle.
It's getting very warm in here.
Compass 5844, 7119, 195.
119, 446.
Oh, I hate that medication. Makes me hack and cough. And then it gets real warm in here. That's why I need my air conditioning. Alright, that's going to be 91. And you should be coming into range. How are we looking here? We got 195 now, the top of descent. 283 to go. 6.6 on the fuel when we get in. Syracuse, we should have 8.2. Pressure's good. Temperature is comfortable. All in all, it's been a great ride from the Zibo-Mod. 404.23. Alright, so let's see. What did I miss? I got that. Oh yeah, meds, hardcore stuff. Yeah, I hate that stuff, that breathing stuff that I gotta take. It's just, No, you're not a dealer. You're a pharmaceutical, a pharmacist, a pharmaceutical. You're a pharmacist. You're a street pharmacist.
We just hit one big bump, so we're just curious, that's all.
Okay, roger that, not a problem. Southwest 3926, contact center 119 or 195, have a good day.
1995, please come every day for 3926.
Alright, what do we have here? Let's take a look on the back end. Right, so I said we have no star on the way into Buffalo, but we are going to be doing the RNAV-RNP. So let's get set up here on the back end, shall we? Airport elevation is 727. Okay, so let's push this to 700. That's looking pretty good. On the way in, we're looking at 235. And what do we have on the missed climb? We're holding at 3. Let's take a peek at that. And we're holding at Wabas. Yes, at 3. That looks pretty good. And that all looks pretty good. Trava, we need to be at Above 35. Yep, that's in. Bulls mandatory. We need to be at 27 at Bulls. And we need to be below 210. That's all looking pretty good. And then we're into Bills. And then Bills are on our way in. So that's all looking pretty good. Let me take a look here. And what did I say? We have gate 8 on the way in. We take a look here. Gate 8 is right here in the front. 7810. That's our gate assignment, unless someone's there. And we're coming in on 23, so we're going to be heading right down into that direction. Beautiful. Very nice. Can't ask for anything more than that, I don't think. And we're going to put this in just in case. We have 111.3. All right, that's all looking pretty good. Whoa, easy there. All right, I think that's enough air.
American 724 with 370.
What are we looking at here? We've got 255 to go to Buffalo. 167 at top of descent. Fuel 84 at Syracuse, 69 when we get in. So under an hour to go. We're doing it 1:15. It's 42 minutes after the hour. I could have set this up to do a little zigzag to get on the airways, but this is the way they ran this ride in the real world, so we're going to run it the same way. Oh, you know what? In the meantime, let me switch that over. I'll be right back. Let me switch that over. Let me go back into the electronic flight bag and switch over to the captain's side here. Hopefully that doesn't screw anything up. Give me configuration. Is it not the general? Yeah, captain. Right, so if I move this now, that works. And we got 2969 on the way in. That is set, and then this is the one that's out. Oh, now it's not out. Okay. That's interesting. It's working now. Oh, no, it is working. Got to be a bad spot in here. See right here? You can spin it and spin it and spin it. See, there's a bad spot in that pot. Can I do it from here? I don't believe so. Yeah, that's set up, so I got to set that up the opposite way. General config. And if I save that, now what happens? There we go. Alright. And I should be able to still change this. No, I can't. It won't let me do it. Alright. I guess it's going to have to stay that way. We'll have to do it to the first officer. I may take this apart and take another look, but it looks a little bit too much for me. Once I start working on intricate stuff with my hands get like shaky, and I'll end up breaking that. So, but I'll take one more look. But if not, I'm hoping that I can send that out to Flightdeck Solutions and they can just swap out these 4 parts, just give me new ones. Other than that, everything else in here is working great. And I also fixed the altitude intervention button. That actually works now. And just like I figured, I knocked off one of the wires when I was putting this thing back. My fat finger's working on stuff. I get a little shaky. So when I was changing all these parts in here, must have been when I was working on this one, I must have clipped that wire. But the way it was underneath. There's a pin on top and a pin on the bottom. They're not side by side. They're up and down like this, the way it's in. The one on top is wired. The one on the bottom is off. But it's right underneath it, so you can't. I couldn't even see it until I touched it, and then the wire just moved. And then I knew that's what it was. Quick fix. Put a piece of cardboard underneath, and then just hit it with the solder gun real quick. This way, if I dropped any solder, it wouldn't hit anything. And then just slid it back into position. So. The one good thing is if I can send this out to Flightdeck Solutions, this will be the only thing missing is just from here over, just the EFIS panel. And I'll be able to do all my programming from the first officer side, so I'll still be able to fly. The only reason why I can't reverse these is because of the angle. Move this one here and then send that one out. But if it was straight all the way across, then that would have worked. But it has this tiny little drop-down notch on both sides, so they're not angled the same. And I'd have to take the whole back metal plating assembly apart. And if I had the ability to do that with my hands not getting crazy, I'd be able to just swap out the parts, you know. So.
Alright, 1842, American 724.
Yeah, Black Hawk's out of Boston. I tell you, when you're on a short approach like that, you're not going to pick up some helicopter lights out of all the lights that are going on in front of you. I mean, you're looking out the front window if you're not on your instruments. I mean, you got the runway lights, you're going to see some taxi lights, you got aircraft lighting down there. There's a ton of lights going on. And to have this helicopter coming in this way, you're not even going to pick that up. Stinks. Why they would be doing those kind of flights near active runways is beyond me.
Delta 30, like to request 390.
Delta 30, flying again, well, 390.
Okay, 390, Delta 30.
Delta 140, flying again.
All right, we are closing the gap here. 2:15 to go to Buffalo. 127 at top of descent. And we left the gate 43 minutes ago. Entered the runway 33 minutes ago. So we had a 10-minute taxi. Yeah, you see when it reset that, it even screwed this up. See the yaw damper? It's all the way off to the left. Let's see if I can fix that real quick. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but you might be able to see that bar slide into the center. And there it goes. So I'm not sure why it did that as well. Very freaky. Very freaky stuff going on there. But the yaw damper indicator now is where it should be. There are no city lights down there at all. Nothing lighting wise. Well, there's no weather, at least for the next 80, 160 miles. There's no weather on the display at all. And you should be 89. Johnstown. For those of you that may know the area, you'll know where we are. I have no idea where we are. Are we near Albany? Oh, yeah, it looks like Albany down there as well. Schenectady, New York. That's what it looks like. I was born and raised in New York, but Brooklyn. Didn't travel too far up north. Went camping a few times up there, but when I was a kid, and we didn't venture out to that far west. Tuxedo, New York. That's where we did a lot of our camping. Alright, that should be coming into range now, so I'll take you and you. And 8. Alright, 195 to go to Buffalo. 107 miles top of descent. And at Syracuse we should have 9-1. We're 11-2 on the fuel. And we're doing at 128. So we got another 35 minutes to go. So let's see, flight time 1:15. Yeah, we're going to be close to that. We could probably even kick it up a bit. What are we cruising at here? You know what? I'll leave it. I'll leave it. Instead of bumping it up, let's see just how good we do. And as you can see on your display, we're fighting a 62 knot headwind yet again. Fight those headwinds. And what did we just get? Oh, it's coming in about 15 minutes. Okay. Give us our descent in about 15. Ah, Brooklyn. My old stomping ground. It was great because you didn't need a car to go anywhere. You know, you walk around the corner. Even as a kid, you didn't even have to cross the street and you'd hit some stores if you wanted candy or something to eat or soda pop or whatever the case may be. It was great. Down here, I mean, you got to take the car everywhere. I couldn't walk to the store down here. He'd pick me up off the sidewalk. Man, I missed the pizza up there. Finally found a pizzeria down here that makes good squares, good Sicilian square slices. It reminds me of when I was working in a bakery when I was 16. We used to make Italian bread, rolls, and every Sunday we would make 10 square Sicilian pies. And once they were sold out, they were gone. And they were gone pretty quick. But we kept the pie in the back for us, and it reminds me of those square pies. Nice, the bread's light and airy. Oh, the guy's got it right. But the rest of his food, we ate there a couple of times, I got to tell you. The only thing I like there is his square pies. Even the round pie, the football pie, it doesn't remind me of New York at all. So, still looking for that good round pie. That's not New Haven style. We have a New Haven style that's, you know, that brick oven. That's pretty good in Hop Eats. Now I just need a round football pie. I find that reminds me of Brooklyn, and we're in good shape. So far, no luck. Pastries aren't that bad down here, though. They just don't make the same stuff that they make up in Brooklyn. That's the only bad thing, but the pastries are pretty good down here. Oh, how we make it out here? All right, we have 170 miles now to Buffalo with 82 miles top of descent. And Syracuse, oh, we're up to 9.4 on the fuel. It was 9.3, 9.4. We saved a little fuel. The winds have come down a little bit. Nothing to see out there, though. Darkness. Nothing but darkness. I've been talking about pizza now. Now I got to go freaking figure out what I'm going to eat. I do have some of them frozen in the freezer. We'll just order a pie and eat a couple of squares, and then the rest goes in the freezer. And then whenever I feel like having one, I just drop it in the toaster oven. I may have one of those now, being that I've been talking about it. Although, I don't know if my wife wants stuffed shells or ravioli tonight, because I made a fresh sauce the other day, and she went and stopped in Brothers. It's a place down here that gets pastoses, the stuffed shells, the manicotti, the ravioli from Brooklyn. And they're frozen down here, but they're still great when you cook them. So she may want that, and that's still all right with me. Either or, I'm good. I could always have to square at like 2 in the morning when I can't sleep. All right, here we are coming into Syracuse now. Syracuse over to Rochester, into Hyman, and then we're on our way in. I like my spaghetti, just regular spaghetti, you know, long, thin spaghetti at room temperature. So when I make a bucket of sauce, before I put it away, I make extra spaghetti, and it just sits in the pot with the cover on it. And then I take out like 3 or 4 big scoops of sauce and leave it in a big dish, put the sauce away, and then I'll come in at like 11 o'clock at night, take the fork, just spin one up, make a big little knot, just dip it in the sauce, and the sauce is at room temperature as well, or it might be just a touch warm. I like that better than when it first comes out of the pot. And 87 now. Too much there, Louis. All right, 150 miles to go. And we'll be in 29 minutes. So we're going to get in a little late. But I really wasn't hoofing it this ride. All right, we're cruising at Mach 0.725, 728. So could have got in earlier. But I'm in no hurry. What time is it now? 5:30? Oh, yeah, I'll be in by 6 p.m. Yeah, that's perfect timing for dinner. I'll go back after dinner and do another ride. Maybe we'll leave Buffalo and head someplace else. Maybe out to Chicago. That's a pretty quick ride, but yeah, maybe we'll go to Chicago or Green Bay. We'll see. I'll pick something. I'll go on FlightAware. I'll find something. Oh, it's daylight there in Michigan. Yeah, it's daylight here in Boca. It's only 5:30 in the evening, but I'm running this flight purposely at night. So, and this is a simulator, yeah. I'm running Laminar Research's X-Plane 12 with Flightdeck Solutions 737NG. It's about as good as you can get for in-house. But you're going to pay for this type of setup, though. That's for sure. That's for sure. This doesn't come cheap. But since I'm on oxygen and I don't go out much, this is perfect for me. I spend a lot of time in here. If I'm not flying, I'm tinkering. So, thank God I have this, because if it was just television, I think I'd go crazy. Contact Boston Center on 124-125, JetBlue 715. Boston Center, JetBlue 715, with you, flight level 320, inbound Syracuse.
JetBlue 715, Boston Center, good evening.
All right, we've got just about 40 miles to top of descent, 130 to go. All in all, the Zibo-Mod has performed beautifully. The auto flight system has been great. That should be in range. And at Syracuse, what do we have on the fuel? Syracuse, we should have 9.9. We're at 10.3 right now. 8.4 when we get in. Dropped a little bit, but that's expected. Send and maintain flight level 240, JetBlue 715. All right, we're good down to 240. See, I just pressed the altitude intervention button, and we're on our way down now. So I finally got that button fixed. All because of a wire that popped off. It's been out for so long. But I would hit the vertical speed and then dial down or up and then just hit, you know, LNAV again, VNAV. We're good. So, but it's nice having that button back. So we're on our way down. That's 57 minutes since we left the gate out of Boston, 47 minutes since we entered the runway, and we've got 122 miles to go. Let's get them back. And oh, they've been on the seats the whole time since we hit that bad weather back there. So hope they went to the bathroom when we first got up. And we've got about 120 miles to go.
Yeah, I mentioned switch to 69 Victor. Fever 69 Victor, you with me? Fever 69 Victor, contact New York 128.3. 128.3, Fever 69 Victor, how do you get it? Adelaide 4 kilo. Adelaide 4 kilo, go. Adelaide 4 kilo, request 2.
Oh, Syracuse. We jumped back up on the fuel. Descend and maintain 16,000, JetBlue 715.
Southwest 9008, switch direct to Ruiz, from 15 south of Ruiz, is flight level 210.
And we're inbound Rochester now, 280. Descend and maintain 8,000, JetBlue 715. Ah, we're good all the way down to 8 now.
German cargo 497, Victor, roger.
Give me some break here.
Privilege 465, good record door with maintain flight level 200.
Actually, we're above. We're ahead of the game. They started us down a little early. I missed it. All right, that's looking pretty good. You all set. We're coming in. We have another look at that first, yeah.
Just want to verify it.
Buffalo.
15 miles south of Ruiz.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, that is set. That is set. Set, 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 set. I'll take terrain. You can have the weather.
Southwest 9008, transition at 300 knots.
Now we're off here now. I want to see if she's going to fix this. We'll see. We're a ways out, so I want to see if that's going to pick back up. I think that's an erroneous message there. That's an hour since we left the gate out of Boston. 50 minutes since we left we entered the runway, and we've got 100 miles now to go to Buffalo. All in all, pretty good ride. We'll see what this descent is like, but so far it's looking a little. I don't know about that.
Trailblazer 465 across 35 miles south of Norwich to 17,000. 35 north of Norwich to 17,000. Trailblazer 465, 35 south at 17,000.
Beautiful. Nicely done.
Plus 25 and 93 across 15 miles south of Ruiz, flight about 210, figure 210 southwest, 2593. 2593, maintain 300 knots or less than 57. And 300 or less than 57.
Thailand. Whoa, man, that got to be some interesting flights.
Maintain flight about 270, transition at 280 knots.
Yeah, I've been through a few of those storms, man, where it's like, whoa, you see these wings doing this, and you start to get a little nervous, think they're going to snap, but it's amazing how far they bend. Amazing. There's a lot of give in those bad boys, but it is scary looking at them. Oh, yeah, I'm having a blast in here, Memphis, no doubt about it. Yeah, it would be nice. I think some of the aircraft do it, Dog, where you can actually, where they have the TV screens, you can actually see the front of the flight deck. I don't know if all the airlines do it, but I know there's a few of them where you tune into a certain channel on the TV and you can actually check out what's going on out front, which is pretty cool. All right, let's see if she's going to jump. We're going to have an issue here. There you go. Now she's speeding down. All right. Yeah. Okay. Good. We started our descent early from ATC, so you can see she's whizzing down now. So don't think we're going to have an issue. Yeah, front screen would be pretty cool. The ability to actually watch and see what's going on. Contact Cleveland Center on 128.025. JetBlue 715. Good night. Cleveland Center, JetBlue 715 with you, descending through 2664, 8,000, inbound Rochester. I was lucky. I got broken in when I was young, by my uncle. My uncle had a station wagon. I don't know if you're old enough to remember, but the station wagon, a long time ago, the very back had seats that would fold out this way, sideways from the car, so you faced each other. Meanwhile, the car's driving this way. So In the beginning, I was sick as a dog. After a while, I got used to it. But that's probably thanks to him. Uncle Andy. He was a lieutenant in the fire department. And we used to go over to his place for the holidays way back when we were living in Brooklyn. And he used to put us in the back of that station wagon. Oh, that was rough. That was rough. And it looks like we're missing our... Let's do that again here. We lost our Oh, there we are. Thought we lost our transmissions again. I was going to say, I thought I fixed that issue. All right. So, now we're back on track. Nothing wrong with that descent. And from Rochester, we're over to EHMAN. And as you can see, the chart is right there to the left. I'm going to get picked up right on that chart. Oh, don't want you. We'll take you, though. Oh, here we go. I wonder if this will work. Let me try that. See if that'll work right into it.
American 720, flight level 350, continuous flight job.
9.
American 720 by the Roger, and then those plates,
All right, Rochester. 9.4 on the fuel. We're 9.7 right now. 9 when we get in. 67 miles to go. About 15 minutes. We'll be in. So that will put us about 6-7 minutes late. And we're going to be coming up on 18 here in just a bit, so let's have a quick peek. Bleed air panel is set to auto. Pressurization panel, land altitude is in, 700. Passenger signs are on. Auto brake selector is set. Flight instruments and radios are set. Local Q and H is in. We're just waiting to hit local pressure altitude. Recall. And we got a clean board. I just got to put the landing data VREF in. Minimums. And what do we have here? What are we coming in at? We're coming into the buck 44. All in all, nice ride from Zibo-Mod. And we'll let the auto flight take it down to 1,000. And then we'll take it. So from 400 down to 1,000, this will be the auto flight ride.
JetBlue 790, transaction 133.42. 3342, JetBlue 790.
And let's have a peek. Yeah.
American 720
And nothing to see out there just yet.
American 106, connection 128.75. Time American 106. Dallas 3794, connection 13342.
And here we are. Oh, I keep forgetting.
Flight level 19 airport 242. District 5544 minute.
And we're going to 284.
Cleveland Center, descend and maintain 7,000, altimeter 29.71.
Descend and maintain 7,000, altimeter 2971, JetBlue 715.
Good evening, JetBlue 1865, 30 decimal.
All right, and 284. 284, yes. All right, we're under 50 miles to go now. Oh, we're getting pushed around. Something whipping us around. We get a weather change there, a weather update. Yeah, we're getting rocked right now. We're passing through something.
JetBlue 715, contact Buffalo approach on 126.5.
Contact Buffalo approach 1265. JetBlue 715, good night. Buffalo approach, good evening. JetBlue 715 with you, 15,000, down to 8, inbound, EHMAN.
JetBlue 715, Buffalo approach. Good evening. Buffalo Niagara altimeter 29.71. Expect the ILS runway 23 approach into Buffalo Niagara.
Altimeter 2971, expect the ILS runway 23 approach into Buffalo. JetBlue 715. All right, now that chart is going to start showing up on your screen as we roll into it. Tell you, Navigraph charts are pretty cool. Very inventive guys and gals that work there. It's an amazing program. That's an add-on I definitely would not fly without. Great program. All right, and at EHAM, 9.6 on the fuel. We're 9.6 right now. Coming down beautifully, and the temperature is nice and comfortable. That should be coming into range.
Across 40 north of Main and flight level 300. At 40 north of Main at 200. 5544.
So we got 4 minutes to get on the ground and we're late. We still got 38 miles to go.
5 Delta 192. Go back. Intermittent light stop around 34, but that's only complete.
No, that's wrong. This flight time is an hour 15 minutes. We left the we entered the runway hour and 2, so we have 13 minutes to get on the ground. So we're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good. Let's see, zoom that in.
Maintain 5,000, turn left heading 265 vectors for the ILS runway 23 approach.
Yeah, see, now they're going to play around with us, so we're not going to do that. Descend and maintain 5,000, left turn heading 265, vectors for ILS runway 23 approach. JetBlue 715. We're going to follow the chart in. All right, so we're slowing at 240 knots now. We're coming up on 10,000. Contact Rochester approach on 128025, JetBlue 715. Good night. Rochester approach, JetBlue 715 with you, descending through 10,100 for 5,000. And let's light them up.
Good evening, Buffalo Niagara, altimeter 29.72.
Altimeter 2972. We've got to do it from there. All right, that's all looking pretty good. Let's have a quick peek. Exterior lights, check, set. We are good. Engine start selectors to continuous, and the EFIS panel. And am I on terrain? I'm on terrain already. I'm already on terrain. And we've got another 30 miles to go.
5544, contact center 128.3.
EHAM 95, we're 96 on the fuel, dropped. And 92 when we get in.
Rochester approach, proceed direct Trayvon. Descend and maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer, cleared for the ILS runway 23 approach.
Proceed direct, Riviera. Descend and maintain 4,000 until established on the localizer, cleared for ILS runway 23 approach. JetBlue 715.
Okay, 6 Hotel Alpha, put 430 on the question. Okay, 6 Hotel Alpha, you want 43? Yes, sir. 36 Hotel Alpha, climb and maintain flight level 430.
430, Falcon 36 Hotel Alpha, continuous light chopper at 400.
Hopefully we'll have some nice lighting to look at once we get down a little bit lower here. It opens up for us.
Alright, Blue Streak, or W599, that's our roger.
And I just have two issues I have to take a look at. Better pushback audio and SayIntention with the
United 915, flight level
refresh rate.
50.
Not bad. Not bad.
39 at 17, instead of 18, flight level 200.
Should maintain flight level 200, Southwest 39, 17.
3.
Southwest 39, 17, connect to 135, 20.
Southwest 39, 17.
American 712, instead of 18, flight level 200.
200, American 712.
Right, Jetblue 599, good Rick 10 to.
Rick MJ, Jibo 599.
United 915, squawk 3530.
530, United 915.
Center, American 21, 20, chicken on 29 to 30.
American 21, 20.
All right, hum. 9.5, right on the money.
21, 20.
20 miles to go. 9.1 on the fuel. Must have can't put her down. We're looking pretty good. 259. And 235 on the mist. So from 400 feet, this has been basically the auto flight system from the Zibo-Mod. 4.04.23, the latest and greatest from Zybeck, and it has performed beautifully. Only issues have been with the pilot.
436 Hotel Alpha, contact 133.12.
Falcon 36 Hotel Alpha.
3312.
3312, have a good one, 36 Hotel Alpha.
Hopefully she's going to start to open up here.
1,000 to go.
Let's start slowing down.
12875.
75, factor 1, bye-bye. Good evening, I'm 019AV 150, coming 190.
Air France 19, flight of maintain, flight about 290.
Nothing to see out that window.
Southwest 425, 390.
Southwest 3425, that are right here. Same traffic is 12 o'clock, about 30 miles up the direction of 3, 0 Airbus, expect lower turn.
Another 553 out of 250 for flight level 340.
Contact Buffalo Niagara Tower on 120.5.
Contact Buffalo Tower on 120.5, JetBlue 715, good night. Buffalo Tower, good evening, JetBlue 715, with you inbound Travia. All right, you are good here, give me 5. We'll go right to 5, speed check.
International Airport Tower. Good evening, continue approach. Winds 205 at 10.
And 235. Clear land, runway 23, JetBlue 750. Give me 10. And we're just about 10 miles out. Not much to see here. Let me get set up. I don't want to do an ILS. Let's continue on down. 27, 18. They want us above 18. 18 or above, so. Yeah, give me 15. I'm going to slow all the way up. My bird. I've got control. No, we're not going down to 1,000. And me 25. I will go right to 30 actually. Yeah, there's nothing to see out there. And we are getting pushed. Big time getting pushed. Where'd my audio go? Oh, there it is. Where'd my audio go? 20 knot crosswind whacking us right now. And there is nothing to see out that window. I said, we're holding at 3. And I said 235 on the way out. That's looking pretty good. Man, there is nothing to see out the window. I was hoping we'd have something to see.
3212, Juba 599, good night.
Forward uniform, right?
You know, the winds are starting to die down a little bit, down to 17, 16.
All aircraft, information mic is now current. Altimeter 2974.
Whoa. What a little flicker there. What was that little sound bite? I've got nothing out here. I've got absolutely no. Oh, we got some lights popping in now. We got some city lights popping in now. We're a little low.
2120, 10 degrees left for traffic.
Wow, it's dark out there. Man, we got some nasty weather going on. I've got the city lights in front of me, but no airport lighting at all. Wow, look at this mess.
Stop at 4178, good direction, Norwich. Would stop at 4178. Quick scan around. And by minute. Stop at 3425, making me stop at 8 minutes. We get 3425? Stop at 3425.
Ah, we're coming into view now. Here's the runway. Here's our airport. Wow, nasty weather. Nasty weather.
What was your question? Over Norwich, stop at 4178. Yeah, that's fine. Thanks.
400.
At least we broke out. You can see the difference with the different hertz in the front there.
300. Approaching.
All right, pay attention there, Louis.
25, contact center 135. 35-8, Southwest report for today.
200. Minimums.
Continue.
3942, squawk 3537.
100.
Prepare for landing.
American 2120, clear direct.
40. 30. 20.
American 2120, reclear direct.
10.
Oh, easy. Don't push us over there, Louis. Don't push us over. Not a bad ride from the mod. Beauty. Beautiful. Contact ground 133.2. JetBlue 715. Good night. Whoa. Look at that push right there. Big push right there. Big push. Let's bring up you now.
Oh wow, we're landing it. I hope you all enjoyed that little bounce. Welcome to Buffalo. It's a chilly 2 degrees Celsius here with solid forecast skies. But hey, no precipitation, so that's a win. Did you know Buffalo is famous
Oh, that's 1:14 on the clock, so we're actually a minute early. How cool is that?
Wish you a wonderful stay in Buffalo.
Alright, let's stop right here. Let's get this puppy all cleaned up. And ground, 133.2. Okay, that we've got. Where's my APU here? Thought I started you. Let me get my APU up. There it goes. I thought I started it. I guess I did not.
Time for United 42 requesting 320.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that ride. It wasn't much to see, other than on that little short final there. That kind of stunk. I thought the weather was going to be a little bit better than that. It looked like it showed it was a little bit better than that. We were a lot lower than what the weather was showing. So they must be getting socked in now. Must be rolling in. Alright, APU. Give me the APU. Confirm. And we're going to go right on APU. Alright. Turn you guys off. We can get rid of you. You can go to TA. You can go to standby. You can go to test. Alright, let's have a peek here.
2120, we need 10 left of weather.
Exterior lights is needed. Yep, we're good. APU's up and running. Your damper is off. Window heat switches. You didn't do any of that. Alright.
10 left, busy when we'll call you.
Johnny, there you go.
Center Delta 553.
Alright, your damper, window heat, probe heat, engine wing anti-ice. Engine start selectors is needed there. Off. Auto brake is off. Speed brake is down. Flaps are up. Transponders TA auto weather radar set to test. Alright, so we're good for the taxi in.
Delta 553, Flightdeck to Kingston, India Sierra Oscar, does that help?
Buffalo ground, JetBlue 715 at Alpha 2, looking to go to gate 8.
JetBlue 715, Buffalo Niagara International Airport ground, taxi to gate 88 via Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie.
I'll clear the taxi to gate 88 via Alpha, Bravo, Charlie. JetBlue 715, we don't want gate 8. We want gate 8. There is no gate 88. Buffalo wish it had 88 gates.
Center Triple 822 is 280. Triple 822, Center, roger. Swiss 23 Charlie, you reclear direct to Vital, climb and maintain flight level 270.
And what time is it? Oh, it's 6:02. Not bad. I'll find out what the wife wants for dinner. And then I'm going to get another flight in after that today. This is a pretty cool run. See if I can pick another night flight where we have decent weather, where we'll have a nice view on the way into the airport. But at least I'm out of Boston. You can see how the gates disappear on the external view, and yet they're there on the center monitor. That's from Laminar Research. They got to work on their networking stuff. We can kill that.
128.3, Piedmont 4732, good day.
Come on, baby.
7822, you're cleared direct to Brody.
Roll, baby. See, now the gates pop up.
Confirm about 230 for Delta 48. 623 Charlie, climb and maintain, flight level 390. Say Charlie. Delta 48, just confirm by flight level 230. Delta 48, maintain.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that ride, and let them run around. All right, let me get the electronic flight bag, and I'll be right back on YouTube once I get this done.
Delta 48, climb and maintain, flight level 250. 250 now, Delta 48. Stop at 4170.
You set the chocks, ASU, doors, and you. All right, so chocks are in position. We can lose the park and brake. Ground power is available. We're going to get on ground, confirm with the AC selector. We're going to get set for unconditioned air. And we don't need the APU, don't need fuel. Galley power is off. We can turn the hydraulic pumps off. And you are going to stand by. Let's have a quick peek. Let me bring that back up again. Electrical power ground or APU. We're on ground power. Bleed air. We're set for unconditioned air. Yes, we are. Yes. Fuel levers are set to cut off. Anti-collision light is off. Passenger signs are off. Fuel pump switches are off. Electrical panel check set. Galley power is off. Window heat switches are off. Hydraulic pumps, electric 2 and 1 are off. Exterior lights as needed. We have logo and position. Flight director switches. Ooh, missed that. Flight director switches are off now. Parking brake. Okay, chocks in position. That's good. All right, I'm going to shut down completely because I got to reboot that computer and reset that stuff there. So IRS select is to off. Emergency exit lights are off. Exterior lights are off. Bleed air panel set. And we are set for unconditioned air already. Engine start selected to both. APU or ground disconnect. We're going to disconnect ground. Alright. Yep, AC/DC select is to stand by, and then battery switch off. And that's a wrap. I hope everybody enjoyed today's ride. I'm going to go have dinner and come back and get another one in. And for those of you that may want this Boeing flow checklist, there's a link down below. You can go grab it. This was taken directly from the Boeing manuals and put together. It was also checked at one of these multi-million-dollar flight simulator sites that run. A friend of mine went and had it checked when they were there. I wouldn't bring it to my guys. I wouldn't want to get laughed at, but he actually brought it in. They looked at it and said, this is beautiful. So this is what I use. Usually when I have friends in here that don't know, A from B, a throttle from, a reverser. So we'll go through each one of those flow items from an originator flight where the aircraft's completely cold and dark to securing the aircraft on the back end. I'll sit in the right seat with my chart. They'll have theirs here, and they will push every button, switch, dial, and everything. So when they're done with the ride, they basically did it all. How we take off or land a taxi, I don't know, but everything else in between they get to do. So that's pretty cool. All right, everybody, I will catch you after dinner. For all my regulars, I always enjoy the company and the conversation for those of you that chimed in this evening. And I will catch you on my next run, everybody. Take care.